Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's a continuation of Afternoons LATE. $1,400 third stimulus checks have landed across the board. The remainder of the $1,400 third stimulus checks are heading by direct deposit or in the mail. And away we go into the remainder of the items of the third stimulus package. In this recording, I am live with you. I'm answering your questions. This is a Q&A about third stimulus, about fourth stimulus, and those reoccurring stimulus checks, about all those standalone bills, including the student loan debt forgiveness standalone bill, the pot bill, yes, that one too, the shutters bill with some shutters or drapes, the calcino bill, is there a calcino bill? And more. It's a continuation of Afternoons L8, and I'm so glad you joined me. Let's hop to it, just not with some fur. This is Afternoons L8. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Afternoons L8. It's Easter weekend, and congratulations. $1,400 third stimulus checks landed today, landed yesterday, and are landing on Wednesday. If you have not subscribed, you want to subscribe to this channel. It's birthday month, and give a birthday subscription to this channel. I really appreciate all the love and nice comments. This channel was absolutely dead on correct with the hour and the day and the banks across the board. And boy, every single thing came exactly when we said it. So great news for you. Also, like this video. Make sure you get that like button. Let's try to do 2,000-3,000 likes. And if you're not become a member, now is the time to become a member because there's a lot of standalone bills hidden. I'm going to be jumping in the live chat with your Q&A in just a second. But let me tell you what's going on. The $1,400 third stimulus checks hit with wave number 4. Yesterday morning, Friday morning, they were sent out. I told you they would go out on Friday morning. I told you they would be available for funds with certain banks on Friday and that the rest of them would post on Wednesday with a pending status before, and it happened exactly like that. The banks that made the funds available yesterday, Friday, were Brinks, California Bank and Trust, TurboTax, H&R Block, Chime, Cash App, Bancorp, Green Dot, and NetSpend and MetaBank. So congratulations to those banking customers. They actually have the funds now available to use. The rest of them, I told you almost 3 weeks ago that every Friday night, the IRS tool goes down to update itself for Saturday morning. Last night went down, and this morning it updated itself to say it's pending. As Al Leventhal just said, I went to my payment tool. It says pending for April 7th. I get a deposit for Bank America. Congratulations. That's why that tool goes down on Friday nights so that it updates itself for Saturday morning for what went out on Friday morning. Meantime, mail checks are going out in this wave as well. The new effective date for the mail check is April 9th. And the paper checks from the prior waves, March 26th, and also the April 2nd to 5th are on their way. Got my deposit yesterday, says Crystal Coachman. Got my stimulus, so she actually got it released yesterday. And there's Deborah Webb, pending Direct Express for April 7th. Yes, Direct Express by Comerica. Viewers categorically are seeing it pending on both the IRS tool and also from their bank. So congratulations. I've been seeing your comments since early mornings L8. The updates the viewers saw hit literally early this morning. So it's been hitting, it has been going on all day long. So congratulations. If you have questions or comments about anything, drop in the comments right now. I see your comments live on the screen to my side. Happy Easter, says Michelle. Thank you. Happy Easter to you as well, Michelle. In the video right before this, I saw a couple questions, which I want to answer right now. One of them, Al Leventhal, thank you for the nice comment, Al. One of the viewers said, how do you know the checks are in the mail? And how do you know that they're arriving in the mail? Great question. So first, we know they're in the mail because they have had effective dates. And we know they have arrived because the viewers have said they have arrived. I get private messages. I get posted comments. I get social media comments. People saying, I got a check. And I ask them what day it was dated. So I know which checks landed. The biggest date for mail checks was March 26. The most The most delayed check is the March 26th. The current pending check on time is the April 2nd to 5th, and the new surprise check is the April 9th. So that is where we are. Johnny Storm, April 7th. Great. Gabrielle, pending direct deposit, April 7th. Next, a viewer also in the chat before said something along the lines of, when talking about forced stimulus, when talking about those reoccurring stimulus checks, let's pull up the graphic again. Here's the graphic. If the bill gets the Senate by June and they do a stimulus check every month until December at $2,000, that's $12,000. Or if it's $1,400, it would amount to $8,400. One of the people asked in the chat before, or whether he asked or wanted to say it as a comment, he said, well, it's only 21 senators. What about the other senators? Here's what you need to know, is that of the senators who want the reoccurring stimulus checks, they're the controlling senators of the Senate. There's a series of senators who really push the microcosm, and they are the ones that are going to push legislation. If you've been with me over the last few weeks, there's a group of senators that are very tightly aligned to do a lot of stuff. And ultimately, everything falls apart based upon one person. But if you got 21 of 40 senators pushing, 50 senators pushing for something, it gets to the finish line, provided there is not one person who derails everything. Barbara, thank you for the dancing pear, Barbara. Really appreciate it. That is just, what is that thing? Oh, it's a hands. It's clapping hands. Really adorable. Barbara's hands are like, it's like making some ice cream. Thank you, Barbara, for the dancing pear. I really appreciate it. Dancing hands, I guess we call it. What a big day it is. What's important to know, also, someone asked in one of the chats before, I think it was the one right before this, what if I didn't get that first or second stimulus check? What do? You request it from the IRS on the website. I got my check yesterday, direct deposited April 7th. Oh, that's funny. So Alfred's a great comment. I love Alfred's comment. He says, I got my physical check. I got the money yesterday, but on the IRS tool, it says it's pending for April 7th. The reason why is because the banks I mentioned, like NetSpend, MetaBank, they release the funds early. So your effective date is April 7th. They release the funds early. Read my comment, LA. Got my update check. My check is April 7th. Barbara, congratulations, Barbara. Great news. Meantime, let me see some of the other comments. Still saying nothing available on IRS tool. So this is an important comment. Diamond says nothing available. It's important to know that the IRS tool shows nothing pending. Don't worry, because 50% of the time the tool doesn't work. And that's simply the stimulus checks show up. Also, another person asked earlier today, what about veterans? The VA did say that veterans have a fix-it round, which comes after this, which is the fifth wave. Let me give you that graphic, if I can find it here. I don't know if I even have it here. Wave 4, wave 5. I think I do have it here. Yeah. The VA said that the fifth wave was the veterans fix-it wave, but I have had veterans get stimulus checks before that. There we go. So good to see your sense of humor today. So funny. Thank you, Connie. The Shutters grant. No shutters. Not Grant. Maybe it's George. Trish went to the IRS at 1 a.m. and said it would be in the direct deposit of my bank account. Check my bank, and it's still pending for the 7th. Okay. So that's a great comment. There's a difference between pending and available funds. IRS will never tell you when the funds are available. They'll just show you when the effective date of the check is. So IRS will only say April 7th if it's a direct deposit. They won't say what day the bank is going to release your funds. Great questions are wrong. What is a fix-it check? Oh, Christia. A fix-it round. Not a fix-it check, but a fix-it round. The veterans said that in a strange message in the middle of last week, no, the week before, that in the middle of April, veterans will get their stimulus checks. And I sort of like went like this. I'm like, wait a second. I've had veterans get stimulus checks since early March for this third stimulus package round. And I've had veterans get checks every round. So it doesn't make any sense. So I do think a large number of outstanding veterans checks will be in mid-April. But that's not to say every veteran has to wait to mid-April to get their stimulus check. But that's a great question. My dad's a veteran. He got a message today with Direct Express. Will be available April 7th from the VA, says Gloria Bates. See, there we go. Exactly just what I said. This mid-April stuff that the VA said, it made no sense. So thank you, Gloria Bates, for that wonderful comment. Her dad is a veteran. Direct Express by Comerica. Just got alert. The funds are available like everyone else next Wednesday. Congratulations. MD Pank says April 7th for direct deposit. Johnny Storm, thank you, LA. I haven't been receiving any emails lately. Linda. So, Linda, you want to make sure you. Oh, that's a great question. So, Linda has a question about the platform. As a subscriber, you can only get a certain number of notifications from the channel per day, which is, I think, a total of maybe 3. I probably send out maybe 45 notifications, 55 notifications from the channel per day. I mean, there's probably 12 videos, and then I post some news. Maybe I do about 20 per day, 30 per day. The only way you get all the notifications is if you're a member. And the member link is at the top of the chat and also in the pinned comment. If you're a member, I can send you unlimited notifications. And I send separate notifications for members other than also the individuals. If you have any questions about anything, drop them in the comments below, and I'll answer them with you in a second. Meantime, the president's team spoke about the message about getting stimulus out and making sure we stay healthy and safe. Let's listen to this new video from the White House, which I've not shown before.
As we can, access to the information they need to choose to get vaccinated and to then help the people they care about make that decision too. You can sign up and get more information at wecandothis.hhs.gov. That's wecandothis.hhs.gov. Finally, I'll just say this in closing. This has been a long, hard year for all of us. But despite the suffering that COVID has caused, this pandemic has reminded us of a fundamental truth, that we need each other. And together, we have the power to end this pandemic. We can do this, but it will take all of us working together, supporting one another, and keeping our faith that better days are ahead. Thank you. And I'll turn it over to Jeff. Look forward to your questions.
Wonderful. Thank you, Surgeon General. Let's open it up for a few questions.
All right, and I recognize we're running a little bit late on.
And also, the press secretary spoke a little bit more yesterday about forced stimulus. Let's hear some more of her comments during that exchange yesterday, in which she spoke about the situation at hand.
We can compete around the world, putting millions of Americans back to work, easing the burden, as you noted, of caregiving, which is impacting millions of Americans who are not in the workforce in the way they would like. So I'm not going to give you red lines from here, only to convey that he designed this bill, the administration designed this bill with an effort to meet the moment. And to do it in a way that ensures we are looking at addressing challenges in our country through a lens of equity, that we're doing it in a way that helps cities and rural America, that we're doing it in a way that meets the moment and meets the moment of the needs for a once-in-a-century investment. But we certainly understand that there will be a difference of views. There will be a discussion about how to achieve these objectives. So he looks forward to members making their own proposals.
Is he willing? And let me answer some of the great questions I got while the press secretary was talking there. I'll get Teresa's question, and also let me answer Stacy's question. Stacey McNulty, when will Social Security people who are on SSI get their stimulus direct deposits? They've been getting their direct deposits since wave one. So people on SSI and SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits have gotten stimulus checks as early as about March 13th. They've been getting it every single day since wave one. So if you give me the bank you currently bank at and whether you show a pending deposit, I can update you as well. But people on SSI and SSDI have gotten stimulus checks from this channel since about March 13th. They got on wave one, they got on wave two, they got on wave three last week, and they have some pending next week as well. Let me answer then, which was Teresa's comment. Teresa Lennon, LA. Can creditors take a stimulus check at all? Please answer that question. Okay, so this is an important question. I've answered it before, but let me explain again. If you had a cell phone company you didn't like, horrible cell phone reception, was just awful on a crappy phone. The phone was Casino Mobile, and every time you listened in, it sounded like cows in the background, just horrible reception. You got rid of the phone and said, I don't want this phone. It sounds like cows talking all the time on the phone. It's horrible reception. And they said, well, you got to pay your $60 bill. I'm not paying this $60 bill. I heard cow reception. I couldn't get it sounded like I'm out on the range or something. What is this phone? And they say, and then every month they send you a $60 bill, and they say, well, you need to pay the $60 bill. I'm not paying the $60 bill. And now 5 years later, every month they still send that $60 bill. And that is the totality of the communications. They just keep on telling you to pay the bill. They call you up on the phone, pay the $60 bill. Can they get your stimulus check? No. No, they cannot. All right, let's continue with some of the other great questions across the board. Let's see. IRS mail date, El Marie Entertainment, March 26th. I do have some people that are delayed with that stimulus check. So don't worry about I do have a lot of people that are delayed with that March 26th stimulus check. Chastity Collins. It says March 26th mail check. I do have my $1,400 pending for the 7th on the card, but not for my kids' part. Do you think my kids' part is coming in the mail? I've received paper checks. I've yet received paper checks. Okay, so Chastity's is a very important question. Chastity Collins. Let me explain her question. It is a good one. She says that she has her check pending on her card for next week, but she does not have her children's checks anywhere. She's wondering where her children's checks are. Now, obviously, if we had more interactivity, I would ask her, is she on SSI or SDI? What happened with the first or second wave of checks? But this is what I wanted to say here, is that if you got the first and second stimulus checks for your children together with yours, and that something has now suddenly gone wrong with the third, you're going to have a problem that you're going to have to fix at a later date. Second, if you did have a problem with those children as separate checks before and you fixed it, that it may not have fixed itself again. This is usually the situation when this happens, but I don't know if this is her situation, is that when you're a parent and you are on SSI and SSDI, you don't file tax returns. I don't know if this is her situation, but if you're a parent, you're on SSI or SSDI, Social Security or Railroad benefits, or you don't file tax returns, Treasury doesn't know the children exist. They don't send you a stimulus check because they know you exist, but they don't know the child exists. I don't know what her situation is, but here's what you need to know. I've had a lot of people who have missing household checks. There's 4 people in the household, they get 3 instead of 4. There's going to be a lot of fixing for checks. Until you get those remaining checks, watch the mail every day and be very careful. But also stay with me because IRS is going to have advisory how to fix missing third stimulus checks. We know how to fix missing second stimulus checks. We don't know how to fix missing third stimulus checks yet. Let me see some more of the comments. Terry says, I have the same question. Was that the same as the one I just answered or another one? Let me see. Anyone get direct deposit from USAA Bank, says Franny. Yes, I had USAA Bank pay 2 weeks ago. It's not an issue of the bank. It's an issue of what wave you are in. But I will tell you, USAA Bank released the funds on a Wednesday. Let's see some more of the comments. Oh, there's Tim Baker. SSDI, direct deposit, non-filing. I just got a deposit date of the 7th on the IRS website. Congratulations. Colette just got alert. Lynn just got shot. Dana, are the March 26 mail checks late? They are late. This is starting to become a reoccurring message. And Lynn and Dana's comment is right under El Marie's comment. And El Marie is missing that March 26 check as well. Chastity. Okay, so we're on SSI and survivors. I got it for my kids on the other stimulus checks. Oh, okay. So this may be an error by IRS this time. So you're just going to have to really watch the mail very carefully and see if it shows up. If it doesn't show up, you're going to have to do something with Treasury. You don't know what it is yet because they haven't announced the fix-it yet. If you don't see it coming, there may be a fix-it. Now, I know a lot of people who have still not gotten stimulus checks. So trust me, there's people who have not gotten stimulus checks. Insanity. I have 1 penny on Direct Express, as does my husband, but I'm missing 2. Got the others on Direct Express before. I don't understand that question. Julie, I got my debit card yesterday in California. It was mailed on the 26th. Wow, that is late. Oh, there's an interesting comment by Margie. Type your address in all caps in the IRS tool. It works. Suddenly it shows my stimulus is direct deposit on the 7th. What? Margie Easton says, if you type your address in all caps on the IRS tool, it shows up. Wow. That's the first time I ever heard that one. MH, pending the 7th. Congratulations, MAs. Julia, is it just me or is the IRS told that I didn't know my Social Security number 3 times in a row until I was locked out? No. The IRS tool, if it doesn't recognize you, then it locks you out after too many attempts. So you may be typing in your Social Security number right. It may just lock you out. Are they going by 2019 and 2020 tax returns in terms of stimulus? Shamika, the most recent you filed. I still haven't gotten my check. I haven't gotten my check, says T Hello. What does IRS tool show, T Hello? Gail says she got an alert on her cell phone. Really interesting. George, since the law had changed for the child tax credit for 2020 tax year and rather focus on the 2021 tax year. Oh, so George has a really great question. Let me explain this child tax credit. Again, if you have any questions about anything, third stimulus, fourth stimulus, ask them right now. The child tax credit, it's weird. This is which one it is. It's actually a child tax credit for next year, for the 2021 tax year, but they're paying it as an advance a year earlier. No one's ever heard of this before. And this is why it was weird when it hit, and it's still going to be weird to the day we go to our grave. The tax credit, the $3,600 for the children, it's $300 a month if the child's 5 to newborn as an advance for next year. And yes, let me answer what that. Every time I say the word advance, it just triggers people. Oh, does that mean I have to pay it back? No, you do not have to pay it back. It means it's normally would just been a credit of $3,600. But rather they're paying it like a grant up front. To make it even clearer, if you go to your tax return and you go through it and something happens when you do it in 2021, you don't have to pay it back. It is an advance against the 2020 tax return. It's very peculiar, but that's literally how it's written. Let me jump into the live chat as well. Let me see this question. This one's a good one. Mark Palabola. Besides FPC retro pending, is it true people on 2020 who are UI are getting a refund on UI benefits? The question is sort of half correct and half incorrect. First of all, FPC retro is not pending. So if you're referring to the period that we commonly refer on this channel to from July to December of 2020, it is not pending. So there is no check pending for FPC from July to December. Now, there is FPC retro if you're going back from March of last year to July. Let's say you just filed for unemployment and your effective date is March of last year. Yeah, you can get FPC retro back to March to July, but in July it stops, and then in December it picks up again. Also, the same word about FPC retro. If you just went on FPC today, but the effective date is January, let's say 20th, you can go back a few weeks. Now, let me answer the question about the UI benefits refund. Yes, that is correct. Let me explain how this is working. If you filed a 2020 tax return already and paid taxes on UI, PUA, or FPUC, then the IRS is issuing a refund check to you for the amount they think is correct in May of this year. If you haven't filed a tax return yet, they're asking you to, and you did pay taxes on your UI or PUA, meaning when you had your benefits withdrawn, you paid taxes on it. You had money taken out for taxes. They're asking you to wait until they give the advisory how to fix it, and that advisory is coming in the next few days, hopefully. And they've extended the filing tax return deadline by 1 month because of that. Great question. Thank you for bringing that up again. Let me see some of the more questions in the chat right now. How do I get that rent thingy from that landlord? The rent thingy. The Center for Disease Control website. Center for Disease Control, CDC. Paula, please recap FPUC retroactive. Oh, okay, let me do that. Is hazard pay on, or is it still a tax credit for next year? It's a tax credit for next year as the earned income tax credit. If you made less than $25,000, 19 years or older, it's $1,502, the earned income tax credit. That's for essential workers only. Now, it's also still on for potentially in the fourth stimulus package. Let me answer that person's question about FPUC retro again. When you apply for unemployment, you always have to list your effective date in which you became unemployed. Let me give you an example. You just today heard about unemployment. You never even knew it existed, but you lost your job when the city was put on lockdown in March of last year, March of 2020. Guess what? You can file an unemployment claim, and if that's the true and correct date that you became unemployed was the lockdown of March of 2020, that would be your effective date. Guess how much money you would get if you were unemployed from then all the way to now? Well, you would get FPUC retro from March to July, which was $600 a week at the time, and that will go on top of your UI or PUA, whichever one you have, per week. Then, from July to December, you'll get UI or PUA only, no FPUC, because there was no FPUC. And then, in January, FPUC came back under Trump's stimulus, second stimulus. So that was $300 a week. So FPUC would start up again, $300 a week on top of your UI and PUA, which would bring you up to the present. That is how things retroactively pay under UI. Robin Jones, thank you all you do. I appreciate that. Thank you, Robin Jones. Did you hit the like button? Did you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really, really helps. Thank you, Paula. Oh my God, I tried that all cap thingy and it worked. Okay, so I think this is a bombshell. Margie Eason gave us a bombshell in this video. I'm gonna go try it now also, Margie. Margie just gave us a bombshell. If the IRS tool does not recognize you, type your address in all caps. Tammy said she just did it and it worked. Tammy just wrote, oh my God, that all caps thing worked. It now says April 7th. This is huge. So there you go. Really incredible, great news. Yeah, that's why you got to stay to the end of the videos. So thank you for joining me on Afternoons LALATE. I will see you at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Go UCLA, Final Four. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. Also, give as many likes. Please go back and watch the earlier videos for today. If you're a viewer of this channel or subscriber, I've posted a link of all the prior videos from today. I know people have been out and about because it's Easter weekend, and you may have missed some videos, so please give the channel some views. Go back and watch the earlier videos from today. Give this channel some views to make up for any lost time that people are out having fun this Easter weekend. Stay informed, stay focused, and I'll see you on Evenings LALATE in about an hour and a half. Stay informed, stay focused, and save LA for more.